Broadcast should be back up in just a few moments.
But unfortunately, the people that affects cannot hear you right now.
First down, Lakers. And they're going to break out a big run going down the right boundary. Forced out of bounds. And I tell you what, Bear Shore is racking up the rushing yards right now.
Got another penalty back near the yard to gain there. But all of a sudden, officials crew who hadn't heard much out of starting to insert themselves in this football game. But of course, that's forced by the players to play on the field.
I can tell you the broadcast is back up on YouTube. And we had a ton of people on there. So folks, jump back on if you can find the broadcast. Just go back to your YouTube app. The live, you have to click on the live broadcast. Don't click on the one from pregame. Click on the live broadcast, and we'll welcome you back with open arms here in Springfield. Bear Shore, low snap as he fakes the flip. It's actually Camdenton on the keeper as he cuts it back to the right as he's at midfield, taking tacklers with them inside the 40-yard line. That is a trophy room at Old Kinderhook. Big run for Camdenton, and the Lakers have it 1st and 10 at the Hillcrest 38-yard line.
And Coach Jeff Shore referred to it as thunder and lightning, two different running styles there. So smooth with a quick fake there. He's got speed, but his movement, it's not those, it's just smooth. It's smooth speed. It's just subtle movements when he's winding his way through traffic, just subtly making people miss.
1st and 10. Fake the handoff to Ford. Bear rolling. Looking down the right boundary. He fires. They're going to say complete.
Nice little back shoulder throw there.
Hayes Hewlett brings it in. Another Oak Star Bank play to bank on the Lakers inside the Pacific Pools red zone.
Lakers really pressuring here with the 21-14 lead. Less than 2 minutes left in the half.
How about that back shoulder throw? Pretty sweet. Here's a low snap. Lakers quick to the line. Rolling left is Durnan. He's brought down at the 18-yard line inside the Pacific Pools red zone. And again, the very quick to the line offense for the Purple Tide 5 wide.
And, you know, to be able to do the run at the pace that they're running while switching quarterbacks, all the moving pieces in this offense really shows the veteran leadership on this football team.
Inside the Mid-City Lumber 2-minute warning, Bear Shore QB draw bounces off a couple tackles on a couple of spins, and he's tripped up at around the 15 inside the Pacific Pools red zone, still behind the chains, I should say. It's going to set up 3rd down and 11. Lakers can get a first down before a touchdown.
Well, least amount of success we've seen out of Bear Shore running the football, but still, he took a play that most quarterbacks would have taken a loss on and made something out of nothing. Camdenton back pulling the trigger now.
Durnan on the fake, rolls to his right and connects on a sliding reception.
He touches the ground.
It's going to set up 4th down and call it about 5, maybe 5.5.
And the clock is ticking here, less than 45 seconds left.
New Spring Wellness Center time check. Durnan to take the snap, and a flag flies in. I think Cam drew him off sides. A top deck penalty.
So that changes the calculus here a little bit for you. Come out with a hard count, pick up the easy 5 free yards. It also gives you a chance to catch your breath, talk things over. It looks like Bear Shore is going to take over back in the backfield as quarterback. The clock's going to roll, 35, 34.
So 4th down and inches. Lakers can get a first down before touchdown. Inside the Pacific Pools red zone. QB keeper, Bear Shore running right. Bears into the end zone for a touchdown at the 19-second mark here in the second quarter. Lakers up 27-14.
And I think the formula is when the push comes to shove, it's 5 for 6. Bear Shore getting in there in a hurry.
Bears got 3 rushing touchdowns on the night. And the Lakers extend their lead now to 2 touchdowns, and they can make it an even 14 to keep that math right. The PAT from Cam Durnan, who for the first time tonight we saw operate out of that quarterback position extensively on that drive. And again, at the very least, to give Bear a few breathers because he's doing a lot of heavy lifting running that football here tonight. PAT on the way from Cam Durnan. Good snap, good hold. And the kick a little wobbly. I'm not seeing a signal.
It's good.
It's good. Okay. Smith Law Firm score. Camdenton 28. Hillcrest 14. It's Laker football powered by Poly Live Boat Live. So 93.5 Rocks the Lake and KRMS TV.
Purchasing a boat is a pretty big investment, and when you purchase a rough water dock, you're protecting that investment for years to come. Rough Water Dock has been your trusted dock builder at the lake for over 30 years, specializing in custom docks that are built to withstand the rough waters of the Lake of the Ozarks. Rough Water is a full-service dock builder offering commercial construction, dock additions, swim docks. They're Amarin certified and fully insured. Rough Water Dock, the peace of mind you want and the protection you need.
It's the original home for Laker football, 93.5 Rocks.
That Laker drive, Purcell Tire, Laker drive ends in a Bear Shore touchdown run. I'm going to check in with KB in a minute, brought to you by Lensmart Optical and HMI Fireplace Shop. Coming up after this Somerset boat lift kickoff from Camdenton, angles it to the far side and returned at the 10-yard line. And some room on special teams down the right sideline. Hillcrest again, and a late pop. Was that Seeks that got in there? Jefferson as well, and there's the flag at the end for a late hit.
He got talked into that one. The coach got right up in the ref's ear on that one. And I'm not saying it wasn't a late hit, but
it was Mitchell Seeks that lowered the shoulder. He did try to let up at the very end, but it's probably a good call, the top deck penalty.
We can blame Andy Everly. He's over on the Hornets sideline tonight. Did he stick his foot out maybe?
I see him down there.
Yeah, when that happens on the opposing sideline, near the opposing crowd, as well as the opposing, the home press box here, that's a call you're going to get. But Hillcrest with only 9.6 seconds to work with here, trailing the Lakers 28-14 here at the end of the first half.
Appreciate all those folks watching the broadcast tonight, courtesy of Hi Brothers Lumber and Home Center, helping us bring you the television broadcast tonight on so many different platforms. It's 28-14. That's your Smith Law Firm score here late in the first half. Couple of opportunities for the Hornets before the halftime horn.
Fusion out of Hillcrest. Hillcrest having trouble.
Yeah, they don't have any timeouts left. There's a timeout by the Laker defense. A Slumberland Furniture timeout. And we'll keep it right here. KB,
yes, sir.
Your thoughts down there as we get set for halftime. We probably won't talk for another 20-25 minutes or so. So just from what you've seen here in the first 24 minutes or so of action.
Well, like I said earlier, Hillcrest has nothing to lose and everything to gain, and they've been doing that all night long, and they've looked like they've really kept on the Lakers all night long with the pressure on defense, and certainly with this offense and this quarterback who's done a good job of directing his offense tonight. I wonder, though, if Lakers didn't come in thinking it might be somewhat of a cakewalk. So you get a little schooling in the first half. I think we'll see what happens if we see more the second half, but definitely this is I think should be able to right the ship, hopefully. Like I said, flying wall on the locker room during halftime to see what Coach Shore has to say to motivate these.
That would be very, very interesting to be a fly on the wall there, KB. 1st and 10 for the Hornets. From Snap, and the flag flies in.
You're going to get a horse
all
collar?
Sorts of chaos.
I think they are going to get a horse collar there, which you don't see oftentimes in that part of the field, but that was kind of a textbook definition of it.
So you get 4.9 seconds on the clock.
And they took the Wildcat snap.
And it's almost like a give-up play at the end of the half because he's looking to just kind of run to the side. And I don't know what you're going for necessarily there, but they're going to get one more chance here with 4.9 seconds left in the half.
Swinging neck breaker is what that looked like. Yeah. If we're gonna use wrestling terminology, that was a swinging neck breaker.
Well, let's see if they let Griesmeyer throw here. See if he's back out on the field.
Yeah, I think it changes the calculus a little bit. They came out and a sweeping rain play to the outside, kind of just trying to run out the half. But now here you are, you're within.
Nobody getting home yet. Reversing his field is Griesmeyer.
He's got room to
looking
run,
down the
baby.
field, running down the left sideline, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds and hammered inside the 10. As that brings us to the end of the first half. My goodness. There was some punishment there at the very end of that play with zeros on the clock. The Lakers head to the Heritage Bank of the Ozarks halftime report. On top of the Hornets, 28-14. It's Camdenton Laker football, powered by Poly Live Boat Lifts on 93.5 Rocks the Lake and KRMS TV.
Property damages, lost lives, horrible losses caused by floods can be minimized or prevented. Drips LLC believes the best way to prevent human suffering is through a fast and simple, stress-free barrier system. One 5-connected bag system replaces 750 regular sandbags and can be set up and filled in place by 2 men in less than 10 minutes. That's 200 times faster deploy than regular sandbags. Not only are our Big Bags USA barrier systems easy to lengthen and stack, but they conform to all types of terrain. Now is the time to implement a cost-saving, efficient deployment barrier plan and method. It's never too early to be prepared. Request a free quote today by calling 800-337-0537.
Family friendly, affordable, and open to the public. Just 3 ways to describe the Trophy Room at Old Kinderhook. The Trophy Room has been serving families affordable and delicious meals for years, and everyone is welcome. And they've got something for everyone in your family too, with prime rib specials on Friday and Saturday nights, and a great kids menu for your little ones. Book your reservation at opentable.com or call the Trophy Room at 573-317-3560.
Let's
He didn't
review
see the
the
highlight
first
reel,
half of action. The halftime show is sponsored by Heritage Bank of the Ozarks. Now, here's Brendan Matthews, Luke Hagedorn, and KB.
It is the Heritage Bank of the Ozarks halftime report. Camdenton up 28-14 on top of these Hillcrest Hornets in Springfield. Brendan Matthews, Luke Hagedorn. And Luke, it's always a great pleasure when we get to welcome a multi-time Hall of Famer into our broadcast booth, the one and only Bob Shore. Coach, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
We're great. It's good to see you, sir. And we're kind of, I don't know, a little mildly surprised by the score tonight a little bit.
Well, it's, we're ahead 28-14, but we feel like we're behind.
Yeah.
Say the way it's filled out, it seems like we've gotten outplayed. We don't seem very motivated up to play. That's one of the things you face, but we're going to have to get that way second half because we've not really stopped them yet.
Right.
A little surprising out of this senior-led team, a team that we've seen that feels like every week, no matter who the opponent was, they're up and ready to go. I can remember playing for you, Coach, and even when we were playing a team like Parkview or something like that, you would have us convinced by Friday night that we were playing the best 0-6 team in the state, and we'd be ready to go. That was something that I always admired about you. You're not only the preparation that you put in as a coaching staff and things like that, but your ability to take the team and kind of put them in the mindset they needed to be on a Friday night. How did you approach the motivation side of coaching?
Well, first of all, I think we've done all those things, I'm sure, this week. We're used to last Friday night. This environment doesn't generate excitement to start with, in all fairness. But it boils down to this, Luke, and I know you've heard me say this. There's 365 days in a year. You lift weights, you do two-a-days, you do agilities, you take 1,000 blocks, you study film. You do all these things. And you got 365 days a year. 10 out of those 365, and only 10 are you guaranteed a football game that you can play. So why in the world would you not be up, regardless of an opponent?
Right, and we talked to Jeff about that this week, Bob. It's and I know it's a point he hits home, and I think the kids get it, but it's also really easy. Heck, you look next week, you know who's coming to town. It's Lebanon. I think it's probably easy to start thinking about that a little bit, but you said it. It's high school football is special, especially for those seniors. You know that your time is short.
Yeah, and you put so much time in. I mean, even in the on season, you put so much time in it. There's just one night you have this chance. So I know me and my coaching staff, we were always ready to go, looking forward to that ball game and getting the scheme of things out there. I know this is the same way. I don't, as many things in coaching, really have an explanation for seeming like we playing flat. Maybe Hillcrest has got better athletes than we thought. Maybe they match up with us better.
Sure.
Because different teams match up different. Some teams can be Appalachians next day.
Coach, obviously each team is unique, and your relationship with each team is unique, and your perspective on Laker football is so much different than anybody else. But with this particular, you had an opportunity to coach them in their middle school years. Obviously, you got a grandson out there playing quarterback. What about this group of seniors? Have you seen the growth from maybe 7th grade until now? Has there been any particular guys that have maybe surprised you and kind of grown in a way? We've seen many Laker players go from maybe B teamers right in senior class that really stuck out to you, or anything special you can say about this senior class?
Well, I had a rough night tonight, I think, but our nose man, Jacoby, he was played B-team ball in 7th, 8th grade, and he's hung around and has done a good job and been a great contributor as a starting nose man, And there's several other kids. I knew that Reese Waters would be a good player, but he's really exceeded maybe even expectations.
That speed, he developed that next gear that he maybe didn't have earlier.
He's worked hard at it. He's got a great mental frame of mind and attitude. But that's 2 kids right there, And several have just went ahead and developed like I thought they would. Cam has gotten bigger and stronger than I anticipated. Parkman is actually, got the speed and the quickness and aggressiveness. So pretty much the thing you always got to remember is in this junior high football, there are kids that play on the B team, and that's why you have it.
Yeah.
I was told one time, what do you need that for? You're looking at there to come on and make an all-district or player for you for a couple of years, because football is a game of attrition, number one, and number 2, it's a game of numbers.
And I tell you, Coach, my time on the B team, so oftentimes our A team was putting up a 49-0 score. I'd play the entire B team game and half the A team game, and I'd get more quarters in than a guy like Josh Hicks, who was playing slot back and substituting in and out in the first half. And I'd come out of the game playing 6 quarters, and my buddies only played 2.
Yeah, it's sometimes when you've got a really good football team, the standard comment is, well, it's the only team in the state that the starters didn't let her, because they were out before half and only getting a quarter and a half. So you can look at it that way too. But I hope we kind of kick in here at half and get ourselves going forward a little bit. You can't make excuses for performances, and we're subpar in our.
Hall of Fame coach Bob Shore is with us. We've talked about this. Luke has brought up having an undefeated season, having an undefeated team at this point in the year. You know what's coming up, and just that feeling that's around the community when you've got a team that people can start to dream on a little bit. Hey, how far can they go? Is a state championship possible? You've been around that so many times. What is that feeling like for the coaches, for the players in that October time frame where, again, you can start to think about what's possible down the road?
Well, for a coach, it's what you live for. That's your goal. That's your anticipation. That's what you live for. You want to be counted for. You want people to have the respect for your kids and your program when you come out in that field ready and prepared to play. So it's a great feeling inside, but it's what all coaches desire. This coaching is not quite sometimes as easy as it looks. The answer is always, well, all you have to do is run a screen pass, but you got to coach that screen pass. And I had a good coach tell me once that, it's not hard to know. The basketball coach told me once, it's not hard to know man-to-man defense. You got a Bobby Knight's book. All the defensive triangle. Yeah. It's getting a kid to do it. Therein lies the problem. And Luke, you've gone through that. A repetition that say to me, when we got in a scrimmage situation, a kid lined up too close, misalignment, you got to teach him alignment. He says, Coach, I've told him 100 times he's supposed to be 3 feet. And my answer to that is, start on the second 100.
Coach,
start today on the second 100.
Coach, we've talked to you many times over the year while you were head coach of this team, now as a former coach, as a Hall of Famer. I want to take a chance to talk to you a little bit as a grandpa. What has it been like watching Bear out there? Are you able to separate your coaching history from watching as a grandpa? How's it been for you in Maryland to watch him in his senior year?
Well, for me, I can separate. I coach and I can separate the player. It's a little bit different than you might think, but when my son played for me and someone in college was asking me about the possibilities in playing college ball at that place, and he said, now remember he's your son. I said, yeah, and remember this too, he's my quarterback. He's not just my son, he's my quarterback. And we're undefeated for 2 years, and so keep that in mind too when I make this evaluation. I'm able to do that, but I keep it in perspective, and I think all parents should. I'm proud of him, proud he's participating. If he plays hard, listen, it's a game where you're going to make mistakes and you got to recover from them, and many of us forget, that we didn't do everything right in our day and time. As the old saying goes, it's amazing how much better I've gotten as I've gotten older.
Well, exactly. And you see these guys in the Camdenton community, and they're obviously so respected by kids coming up in elementary school or people around the community. There's a pressure there, Bob, to go out there and deliver for your community every Friday night. It's such a unique position to be in for a lot of high school football players, but especially for ones in Camdenton where there's such a rich history.
It kind of has a whole life of its own.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's something that's well thought of. It's something that's had a lot of achievement with a lot of people, that played a part in it. A lot of players, a lot of coaches, a lot of community members, a lot of booster club, things that the community has really put a lot into, when you're looking at the AstroTurf and the buildings and stuff like that. And so you have ownership, so you feel responsibility. I love it. I miss it. I'd love to do it all over again. It's exciting. It's special. And even on the nights when you're ahead 28-14 and you're unhappy, they're still good nights.
Coach, I'd like to thank you for everything you've done for this program, everything you did for me personally, giving us, what you did starting back in the 70s, what we today, this opportunity to be here, live broadcast, interviewing. We appreciate you giving us time every year. Looking forward to watching what Jeff and the rest of the boys do the rest here.
Well, you guys do a great job, Brendan and Luke. I tell you, I think the world of you. Everybody talks about what a great job you do. So thank you.
Well, Bob, and I certainly appreciate everything. I think back to those times, getting to walk down to for somebody that wasn't from Camdenton, getting to walk down there, sit with you, and we would talk football, not even about Laker football sometimes. We'd just talk Mizzou, we'd talk Chiefs, we'd talk any type of football, and it was always such a pleasure, and it's such a great pleasure on a night like tonight where we get to chat here on the air. Thanks for dropping by.
I listen to you on the radio all the time, and I appreciate you. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, Coach. That is Hall of Fame Coach Bob Shore with us here, and it's the Heritage Bank of the Ozarks halftime report where the Lakers lead 28-14. Highlights coming up. Scoreboard up. Everybody's interested in on the way. It's Camdenton Laker football powered by Poly Live Boat Lifts. 93.5 rocks the lake. KRMS TV.
The convenience of it is what makes it awesome. We use the boat twice as much.
I've had these touchless covers for about 3 years now. I have them on all 3 boats here on the dock.
We don't have to constantly clean spiders off of our boats.
I'm able to come out by myself, raise them up, put them back down. They've made all the difference for me.
Purchasing a boat is a pretty big investment, and when you purchase a rough water dock, you're protecting that investment for years to come. Rough Water Dock has been your trusted dock builder at the lake for over 30 years, specializing in custom docks that are built to withstand the rough waters of the Lake of the Ozarks. Rough Water is a full-service dock builder offering commercial construction, dock additions, swim docks. They're Amarin certified and fully insured. Rough Water Dock, the peace of mind you want and the protection you need.
Far side, Griesmeyer with the back flank to his left. Looks left, feels some pressure. He eludes it, steps up in the pocket, looks for the goal line. He is in for a Hillcrest touchdown at 9:26 to go in the first. Hornets lead the Lakers 6-0. And goal wide open, touchdown catch to Reese Waters. The Lakers are on the board at 4:40 to go in the first quarter.
Am I going to need to go to the halftime
to number
close
31
right after
from the 8
this?
on third down. QB draw.
I don't think so.
Right back up the middle,
Okay.
then cuts it right. He's into the end zone for 6. We'll take it from Tricked as here. he goes in, but it counts for 6.
You're going to
And
take
the
it right
Lakers
out of
take their
highlights or me
first
do another
lead
break?
of the night. It's
We'll take it here.
13-8, 3:38 to go in the first. It's a handoff up the middle. It's a first down and more to the goal line. A touchdown. Don't. Now, but the Hillcrest Hornets are pumped up here in Springfield. Snap hops to Bear. He's going to rumble it himself, running off left guard. Stacked up at the goal line, but pushes the pile forward for another touchdown. The Lakers go up at 8:53 to go in the second quarter, 20-14. 4th and 7. Griesmeyer wants to throw down the right boundary into double coverage, incomplete. And there is Laundry on the back end of the play. And if it's pass interference, it'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Hornets. Lakers dropping back into coverage here. They're rushing 3, and it's intercepted going down the right boundary. An Oakstar Bank played a bank on and fire line. That's going to be a pick 6 going all the way.
We got multiple flags.
Yeah.
Durnan takes it all the way. It would not stand on that Cam Durnan interception, but the 28-14. Those are your start. Drapery Laker highlights here tonight from Hillcrest High School, where the Lakers lead at 28-14. Let's get some Econo-Live stats from our guy Luke.
Yeah. Over the century mark for the night. Let's go ahead and start right there. He's ran the ball 11 times for 114 yards, 3 touchdowns, a long of 20, but he's averaging 10.4 yards. As I said early in the ballgame, I felt like that quarterback draws there. Anytime they want it, they just don't want to go to the well too early and often on that one, but they will go there when they need it. Otherwise on the ground, Cam Durnan had 2 carries for 33. Reese Waters had that one big 33-yard carry. Blake Ford with 3 carries for 32 yards. Through the air, Bear Shores only able to complete 5 passes on 14 attempts. A lot of drops out of his receivers. He does have that one pick, but he does have a long of 25 and a touchdown. Hayes Hewlett with 2 catches for 29. Really seemed like a concerted effort to get the ball to Hewlett. I think they like the matchup there, just haven't been able on that so far. Reese Waters, 2 catches for 7 yards. Kyle Edson, 1 catch for 6. Cam Durnan, 1 for 5. Caden Jefferson has a sack tonight. That's big time. And most importantly, the score, 28-14, Lakers lead here in North Springfield. And kind of every time he just brings a different perspective to the ball game. And one thing I took out of that was how he said, here we are up 28-14, and now you feel like you're losing, and that's just it's kind of the case here. But that's a luxury of living in Lakerland sometime to have a sore taste in your mouth after leading double digits.
Was your Econo-Live Boat Lift Laker stats? Let's go right now to our BG Tree Service Score Center. Sammy's got to look at some big games here tonight. Sammy, take it away.
Yes, thank you, Brendan. It is halftime around week 7, and Lebanon and West Plains are locked in a good one, but number 3, Lebanon, has taken a 22-21 lead over West Plains early in the third quarter. Meanwhile, Carthage showing why they're the number 1 team in Class 5. They have a 28-7 lead over Webb City. It's also 14-0 Kickapoo over Rolla at the half, and locally, Osage going for their 4th win in a row. They lead Boonville by the score of 14-3 starting the second half. From the BGG Service Score Center, I'm Sammy Stava. Guys, back to you.
Sammy, thank you so much. Big games we'll be monitoring all night long here at the Heritage Bank of the Ozarks halftime report. The Camdenton Lakers lead the Hillcrest Hornets 28-14. Second half coming up after this. It's Laker football powered by Poly the Boat Lifts. 93.5 Rocks the Lake and KRMS TV.
Inundated with direct mail and robocalls for Medicare health plans? Confused by changing rules and options? That's why it's important to have a licensed insurance agent you can depend on.
Guardian Insurance Group worked with us to find the coverage that suit our specific needs. They stay in contact to make sure we're using all our benefits.
At Guardian Insurance, we have the knowledge, the experience, and the passion to help you through your Medicare health plan needs.
Give us a call or visit guardiangroupmo.com.
Drift away with the Driftwood Spa and Salon at Margaritaville. Start with some basic facial skin treatments to a variety of body massage treatments, or choose from 8 different spa packages to discover the perfect combination of services to relax, rejuvenate, and refresh your mind, body, and spirit. Call for an appointment, 573-348-3535.
Hi, this is Shelley from the Driftwood Spa and Salon at Margaritaville. We are located in the Driftwood building next to the indoor pool, and our new salon is directly across the street. Come drift away with us.
WP Controls manufactures the most user-friendly and convenient boat lift controllers on the market right here at the Lake of the Ozarks. Great for weekenders and full-time residents. They're designed to view and control your lift from any device, from anywhere. Imagine operating your lift on your way home from a day on the lake, so it's ready when you get there. Features include built-in camera, easy-to-use touchscreen, internet and Bluetooth-enabled remote control app, programmable receptacles for dock accessories, and instant text notification of any lift movement. Visit WPControlsLLC.com.
That is Brewer, who recovered an onside earlier. It's going to be 1st and 10, a Laker drive powered by Purcell Tire.
I don't like to see the ball hit the turf like that on a kickoff, but Lakers able to recover and set up shop. The 42-yard line here. Lakers lead this ball game 28-14. A little rough start to the Lakers. It kind of felt like we may be in mercy clock territory already by now, but instead Lakers going to have to bear down and start putting some points on the
Still having a heck of a time with KB's mic down there. And every time we're down in Springfield, interferes with some of the coaches' headsets. Here on the jet sweep, the ball goes to Reese Waters, turning the corner. He's got a first down and more down the far sideline, forced out of bounds inside the Hillcrest 40-yard line. Let's see if we can get an update from KB. His update's brought to you by...
I think it's the air traffic controllers over at the airport.
That's part of it too, probably.
It could very well be. I mean, we get down here and you're calling the planes in for a landing, and
here's a low snap, and Bear sets up a screen, and it's complete inside the 35-yard line, lowering his shoulder down to the 29.
Super late flag coming in from the white hat behind the play. He chucked that flag like 15 yards with some authority. Saw something from behind there that he did not like.
Let's see how this plays out here. Top deck penalty. It's another one against the Lakers. And this is how a team, Luke, that is probably outmanned can stay in the ballgame. Penalties will certainly help Hillcrest cause.
Yeah, especially, plays like that are, unsportsmanlike. Are they saying somebody targeted or something there? I'm not sure exactly what happened there late. But either way, all that yardage is going to come back. Lakers going to be behind the chains here a little bit.
So first and call it 11 for the Lakers after that top deck penalty. I want to welcome everybody on 93.5 Rocks the Lake and KRMS TV. And here is a handoff and getting shifty, bouncing it to the outside for a Laker first down, a butcher shop first down.
Yeah, so they get all the penalty yardage back on that play. No big deal. So now you're in business again here, 1st and 10. Inside the 32-yard line.
1st and 10, Lakers operating from the right hash. Forward motions into the backfield. Another low snap. So Bear just keeps it himself to the outside down the right sideline. Nice spin move by Bear as he's tripped up inside the Pacific Pools red zone of 1st and 10.
And the consistency of the snap between quarterback and center has been there all year for the Lakers for the most part. There's been a few low snaps and things like that, but we've seen at least hit the turf before he even makes it back to Bear.
1st and 10 inside the Pacific Pools red zone. Low snap for Bear. Again, he picks it up, bouncing left, bouncing back right, brought down from behind at around the 7-yard line, close to the line to gain.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't, Bear's been able to handle it. Okay, here we go. Cam's switching out. Bear's out here to the receiver. But yeah, Bear's been able to handle those low snaps. When it's just a little low, it actually kind of helps his forward momentum. But when it causes him to pause like that, it's when it makes it a little tough.
Camdenton will take the direct snap. Cam running right, cut it back left, cut down, but he's going to get a butcher shop first down inside the 5, inside the Pacific Pools red zone. 10:38 to go. They stopped the clock at 10:39. New Spring Wellness Center time check.
It's the Thunder and Lightning Jeff talked about, and Lightning's going to stay out there.
Cam wants to throw, and he fires one into the end zone, incomplete.
Yeah, just a little off on those passes tonight. And it's kind of a chilly night. It's the first night of it's hoodie weather out here. The temperature's going to continue to fall as the night progresses. This is what we like to call football weather.
Clock at 10:29. New Spring Wellness Center time check. So 2nd down and goal inside the 5, inside the Pacific Pools red zone. Bear fakes the jet sweep. Bear keeps it himself, bouncing to the outside, tripped up, but inside the goal line for a touchdown. 10:24 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Tripped up a little bit, but he keeps his feet and is able to get in there for 6. And all of a sudden, the Lakers on the precipice of putting up 35 points on the night, and a night we felt like the offense just really wasn't producing. That just shows you how high expectations are in Lakerland. That 35 points in the early part of the 3rd quarter is a bit of a letdown. Not necessarily a disappointment.
We'll get a Camdenton PAT here, and then another flag flies in on the end of the play. And this one's going to be against Hillcrest.
So that'll give Lakers half the distance of the goal, or they're going to decline and take their points.
Top deck penalty.
They can't decline, I guess. We have to go right back up on the line of scrimmage and do it all over again.
Almost thinking what they want to try to go for 2 here. A little bit closer, but they will keep the special teams unit out there.
Yeah, they want, especially since Hillcrest shows the want to go for 2 themselves.
All right, now we're ready.
Did the ball get placed exactly back on the line of scrimmage? Whatever.
It's good. Your Smith Law Firm score, Camdenton 35, Hillcrest 14. It's Laker football. Pop 5 rocks the leg in KRS TV.
Attention parents, State Fair Community College is your source for dual credit courses. Taking dual credit courses means your high school student can earn college credit at a significant discount. In fact, dual credit courses at State Fair Community College are free for students who qualify for free or reduced lunches. Get a jump on college, save big in tuition. Enroll your student in dual credit courses at State Fair Community College. Visit www.sfccmo.edu/dual credit or call 660-530-5833.
The original home for Laker football, 93.5 Rocks.
Let's check in with KB, brought to you by Lensmart Optical, HMI Fireplace Shop. Sounded good down there now, sir. How are you?
I called the FAA and told them to turn it down a little bit. I think maybe whatever happened at halftime has obviously energized these Lakers, and we'll see. And I also think the fact that Hillcrest doesn't have a whole lot in the way of team members, so we'll see if maybe that has something to do with it as well.
I think that's a good point, KB. We see a special teams tackle there by DeMott out across the 25-yard line on that Somerset boat lift kickoff. 10-16 on this 3rd quarter clock. Lakers up by 3 touchdowns.
see if, again, the difference of a lot of these Hillcrest Hornets playing both way throughout the entire game doesn't have an effect on them, and we'll start to see maybe the Lakers gain some momentum in terms of the battle of exhaustion.
They don't have the luxury of a two-platoon setup here with their roster, and you got to think getting worn down a little bit might be part of this equation. So it's an empty backfield now for the quarterback, Griesmeyer. Operating from the right hash on 1st and 10. Takes a low snap. Has some time. It's going to throw down the numbers. Incomplete. Reese got there a little early. Right in front of our press box. Right in front of the Kenny Carroll Excavating broadcast booth. We saw a little push there by number 31.
Yeah, and he looks to get an explanation from the rep, but Wiley Powers smartly kind of drags Reese away. No, you're not going to talk an official into changing their mind in a situation like that. You can only hurt yourself. So, but again, Lakers, a couple times tonight we've seen where the Lakers seemingly make the right play, string together a couple plays, put the Hillcrest Hornets in position to get off the field, and they let them off the hook.
Another top deck penalty. I do not have the total penalties in front of me here, fellas, but I got to think that they're approaching a number that would...
Something we haven't seen so far this year.
I was going to say, exactly right, KB. They've been so good. Composure, just fundamentally sound. It's not been the case tonight, yet the Lakers still lead by 3 touchdowns. Here's a screen pass. It's complete to the 41-yard line. Valderas and Wiley Powers quick to bring the ball carrier sample down. It will set up a second down.
Well, surprise,
you heard it, I'm sure.
Surprise, flag on the play.
Top deck penalty.
And I heard a shout from the sideline that said block in the back. Don't know if that is what happened.
That's exactly what it is.
You never know.
Just verifying what we already knew down here on the sidelines.
All of a sudden, Hillcrest in a hole here. This is where the Lakers really can kind of pin their earbacks, go after the quarterback for one, or sit back and look for an interception here. So let's see if they go for the pressure or the coverage.
Could still find a Lake Ozark sewer and water play of the game here. Nothing definitive on that front yet. Is 1st and 18 for this Hillcrest offense. Lakers rush 3. Griesmeyer wants to throw down the left numbers into double coverage, and the ball is intercepted. There's an Oak Star Bank play to bank on as Cam Durnan comes away with the football, kind of playing center field, or at least left center field. Gets the pick, his second interception of the night, and it's 1st and 10 for the Lakers.
Nice.
We've talked, guys, Cam Durnan's done it all for the Laker team this year. Offense, special teams, and a defensive showing by number 13 tonight.
Yeah, surprise. Number 13 in the right place at the right time. Never seen that before. Every game.
Under minutes. 3 touchdowns with the football. A Purcell Tire Laker drive from the right hash from the Hillcrest 47-yard line. Bear has some time, now flushed out of the pocket. The last, and Hayes in the target department tonight.
Man.
For the
like the receiver, even though he didn't connect.
Looks left, looks right, looks left again. Now wants to tuck it and turn it upfield and run at the 45. Bear bounces it to the outside, makes a man miss. Left side as he's pushed out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a trophy room at Old Kinderhook. Big run for QB1 Bear Shore. It's a butcher shot first down.
Yeah, Isaac Hahn tries to lower his shoulder on Bear Shore there on the sideline, but Bear got the better of him. Now he's playing receiver.
Cam in there at quarterback on 1st and 10. Drops back. Is fire complete to Blake Ford. He turns on the afterburners down the right sideline, knocked out of bounds inside the 10, inside the Pacific Pools red zone. It's another butcher shot.
You know, that Cam showing his ability just to play an old school straight up quarterback. That's a good pitch and catch. He found the open guy after kind of working his way through his reads there.
Sets up first and goal. Camdenton on the screen to Reese Waters. Reese explodes into the end zone for a touchdown at 9:06 to go in the third. The Lakers adding to their lead. It's 41-14.
Durnin to Waters for 6. Nice play there. Number 13 to 31. That works out to be some sort of numerical palindrome if you read it in a certain way.
Hands on the hips of the Hillcrest Hornets. They're panting. They're breathing hard.
Yep. The tide is certainly turned in this game where the underdogs are starting to find a little tougher go as the PAT is good by Camdenton. Your Smith Law Firm score, Camdenton 42, Hillcrest 14. It's Camdenton Laker football powered by Poly-Live Boat Lifts on 93.5 Rocks the Lake and KRMS TV.
When you're ready for a remodel, DKB Showroom is the place to start. You'll be amazed at the size and quality of selections we have to start your project. And with decades of design and plumbing expertise, no job is too big or too small for DKB. Call and schedule your appointment today. At DKB Showroom, we do kitchens and baths better. See our beautiful showroom in Osage Beach or visit dkbshowroom.com.
It's Laker football on 93.5 Rocks.
Inside the Kenny Carroll Excavating broadcast booth, Brendan Matthews, Luke Hagedorn, KB on the sideline. Don't forget KennyCarrollExcavating.com or call 573-317-0464. A Somerset boat lift kickoff coming up here, Luke.
Yeah, how many high school broadcasts or football broadcasts in all do you ever hear numerical palindrome used? Pretty proud of that one.
This is a kick that goes out of bounds and another top deck penalty.
That's one of those kicks that, like, if that were a punt, that'd be a coffin corner punt.
Like Cam's had a few of those tonight,
and it just goes out just around the spot. They're trying to pin him in that corner and force the return man to make a decision there. But when it goes out of bounds, the decision is easy.
And you can start to get to a point here. I'm not saying this turns into practice, but if you're looking to perfectly execute that kick, you got some time here in game reps to see if you can get it right.
Yeah. I don't want to look too much into it, but you wonder in a game like this how much of what the Lakers are doing out there in all three phases are kind of a test run on a couple things. And
27-22 West Plains on top of Lebanon currently.
Wow.
Thank you, Troy.
1st and 10 for the Hornets. And Griesmeyer wants to step up and run and tackled from behind. Brought down by Jefferson.
Showing a little frustration on the ground there. I don't think Griesmeyer's quite as comfortable as number 5 in the white jersey is.
Boy, you read my mind, Luke.
Running the football.
You read my mind, buddy. He just does not look at all like he really likes running it. And I think in most situations, your head coach sees a quarterback scrambling. That's not always something. He kind of maybe even covers his eye and looks between his fingers just to make sure the quarterback hits up. Not so much the story with Bear Shore on the Lakers side.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Scrimmage with 6 seconds left here on the play clock.
I'm not sure he and Caden Jefferson were exchanging recipes after they each got up off the ground. It's like Caden brought him down hard as the ball carriers tripped up here on 2nd down. Powers knifed in there at the very end. And that defensive line started to impose their will. And there is Jacoby Coleman, who maybe didn't play his best first half, but made a nice play there to help occupy some blockers.
And Griesmeyer still kind of shaking things off as he comes to the sideline here. And again, no urgency whatsoever. Here he is kind of sauntering back to the huddle. 19 seconds left on the play clock. Kind of picks up the pace a little more there. But still, he's in the huddle, 13 seconds left on the play clock. You don't have a lot of time to make any kind of motions or pre-snap reads or anything when you do that.
The best running back, Dante Sample, also comes to the sideline on 3rd down and 5 from their own 40. Lakers up by 4 touchdown. Griesmeyer lobs one into the hands of his intended target. Parkman got there, but the reception is good for a 1st down. Jay Carlisle with the catch, and it's 1st and 10 for the Hornets at their own 47-yard line.
And it's interesting, as the Lakers respond on offense to move up to the line very quickly, the Laker defense also responding quickly in their spots, ready to go, waiting on the Hillcrest to figure out what it is they want to do.
Yeah, no doubt. It's two offenses that look kind of like mirror images, but one operates a lot faster than the other. And now it's where Hillcrest, where it would help for them to operate a little quicker, being down by 4 touchdowns. A little time, and then that time runs out as Norton bursts through the line for a sack, brings down Griesmeyer. It's an Oak Star Bank play to bank on, and a big loss on first down.
Yeah, he just busted through the line, got back there, and Griesmeyer had nowhere to go. Now he comes to consult with his head coach on the sideline. You guys mentioned it. I think Hillcrest came into this ball game with an intention on shortening the game, lowering the amount of possessions the Lakers have with this deliberate approach offensively. But as the time ticks away in this ball game, staring down a 42-14 deficit, at some point you got to pick up the pace if you want to even have a chance to come back in this football game.
So second down and long for Hillcrest at their own 37-yard line between the hashes. Griesmeyer the snap. Pocket starts to collapse. He fires here underneath, and then Wiley Powers hit the receiver immediately. That was Cooper Hewitt who made the catch, but Powers did a great job to immediately end his forward progression. And it's going to bring up third down and 11. Hillcrest still operating behind the chains. 5:51 to go here in the third. A New Spring Wellness Center time check.
Third and long. Exactly where the Lakers want the Hillcrest Hornets. They have let them off the hook a few times in situations such as this.
Third down and 11, just shy of the 46-yard line for the Hornet offense out of the pistol. Griesmeyer takes a low snap. Looks right, throws right, too tall for his intended target. Incomplete as he tried to find Amari Clark, and that'll set up fourth down and long.
Yeah, I don't know if Clark wanted to catch that one or not, because he had DeMott and Powers with the bead on him on their way. Also, Noah Brewer on his way as well. So if he did catch that ball, he was going to take a shot in the back.
42-14, Hillcrest lining up to punt this football away. Griesmeyer's done the work as the quarterback and the punter tonight. And again, the Lakers don't send anyone back deep to return. And now Griesmeyer might be changing the play. Could they go for it on 4th and 11 at their own 46-yard line? A hard count to get the Lakers to jump. There's a flag that does fly in, a top deck penalty flag, top deck, home of the 50-yard deck, but it's against the Hornets. A procedure call to back them up 5 more, so they'll certainly kick it away now. Yeah,
it's either procedure call or they were going to get a delay a game on that one regardless. So
4th down and 16 now for this Hillcrest offense. Griesmeyer stands at his own 30. I continue to hear a whistle that just continues to blow. Here's another flag on the kick as it takes a Hillcrest roll at the very end. KB, are you hearing that whistle down there?
I heard it perfectly that time.
My goodness.
You are listening.
I've heard it all game.
93.5 KRMS in Osage Beach tonight. This is Laker football.
That's powered by the Motor Hut.
It's teamwork right there, Brendan.
Thank you, sir.
Jumper over there recently getting married.
Old Jumper.
The Motor Hut in Camdenton. Visit themotorhut.com.
Is that Coleman down there on the ground?
Jacoby?
Yeah.
Sure is. Cyberland Furniture timeout.
Nice words out of Bob Shore about him and his career. Coleman's one of those Lakers, and it's one of the guys that I really identify with as someone who played, wasn't necessarily a starter at the beginning of their career, but the stick-to-itiveness, the want to, and just, sometimes the best ability is availability. And as, some of those guys quit, move on to other things, you get your opportunities. Maybe you hit the growth spurt at a certain time. Maybe you hit the weight room like you never had before, and you get an opportunity to make an impact on Friday nights. And Coleman gets back to his feet and heads to the sideline here.
Yeah, he's a little slow to make it to that sideline, and another player that will be vitally important next week going up against that Lebanon offense.
Yeah, he's going to be the tone setter next week.
He sets the tone whether he's out on the field or not.
You guys have a fun time over there together,
I
KB.
enjoy talking with him. We share a lot of interesting stories.
All right, now.
My goodness, that penalty backs him up another 15 yards. Hillcrest stands at their own 26.
And barring any kind of catastrophe here, the Lakers should be in great shape.
Man, you've said that before, where I think a catastrophe has directly followed.
Poor Luke.
I'm almost sure you have said those words before, and I'm trying to remember the play.
You're
There's
right.
a specific play where that happened. And there's a bad snap. Gracemeyer kicks it straight up in the air again. This time he's gotten some nice roll on the kicks. This one out of bounds at around the 44-yard line, and it's going to amount to a punt of about 25 yards, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Lakers as they've got the football at their own 46-yard line with 4:59 to go in the third quarter. New Spring Wellness Center time check. We've got another flag across the field. Right in front of KB, maybe.
Looks like they're going to march it off against the Lakers. Sideline warning.
Warning against the Lakers.
So no, just a warning. So no penalty there. But man, I don't know about you, Brendan, but I really wish I would have got the memo from the Hillcrest Hornet cheerleading crew down there that it was pajama pants night.
You could have been a lot more comfortable.
I would have been
what you're saying.
all over that. I got some cool ones, man.
Well, the way this game is going tonight, we may not be out of here until 11 o'clock or midnight, so you could have just done a little slumber party. 1st and 10, Lakers at their own 46-yard line, moving right to left. A Purcell Tire Laker drive as Waters motions into the backfield. He gets the ball right up the middle. Reese Waters tripped up as he gets it onto the plus side of the field and scampers for a gain of 11 yards. A trophy room at Old Kinderhook. Big run for Reese Waters and a butcher shop first down.
I did go to college here in Springfield, Brendan. Wouldn't be the first slumber party I've had.
Low snap. Bear picks up the football. Rolls left, now right, surveys downfield, rockets a throw, and completes it inside the 35-yard line. Bear on the move. I think that's Edson who makes the catch. It is indeed Kyle Edson with another butcher shop first down.
But look at the pace of the Lakers, just right up. This is the quickest.
And with good reason, I think, too.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen Lakers really push the pressure on this.
Bear wants to throw deep down the numbers and completes it to Reese Waters, who's knocked out of bounds inside the Pacific Pools red zone. It's another butcher shot first down.
Don't be surprised if we see this pace next week quite a bit. And I think that's why the Lakers are really working towards doing this to get everybody on the same page and make it a little bit easier, hopefully next week, to
love that,
administer this type of football justice.
Inside the Pacific Pools red zone, Bear takes the snap and fires a pass inside the 10-yard line. That's Blake Ford this time, who brings it in. We hear over there by KB, tempo after the 5-yard gain inside the Pacific Pools red zone. Lakers can get a first down before a touchdown. The clock at 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Operating from the right hash. On second down, there's the ball carrier, Blake Ford, straight up the middle for a touchdown.
The Huggies open up a big gap. Ford finds his way to the end zone and extends this Laker lead. 3 minutes, 58 seconds left in the quarter.
48-14 with 3:58 to go.
I'm driving a train through that hole, bro.
Yeah, one of the Lakers says, I'm driving a train through that hole, bro. Just so everybody knows, I've got the keys to all the station vehicles, so see me after the game.
Camdenton, good snap, good hold. Kick is away, and the kick is good. Your Smith Law Firm score, Camdenton 49, Hillcrest 14. It's Laker football powered by Polylive Boat Lifts, 93.5 Rocks the Lake and KRMS TV.
The convenience of it is what makes it awesome. We use the boat twice as much.
I've had these touchless covers for about 3 years now. I have them on all 3 boats here on the dock.
We don't have to constantly clean spiders off of our boats.
I'm able to come out by myself, raise them up, put them back down. They've made all the difference for me.
It's the original home for Laker football. 93.5 Rocks.
Sammy's got a big-time BG Tree Service Score Center coming up for us in just a few minutes on that West Plains Lebanon game, so stay tuned for that. Here comes the Somerset Boat Lift kickoff as Dernan fires the kick towards the 6-yard line and bringing the ball out across the 25-30, 35-40 midfield. Finally tripped up, and there's a flag back, way back at their own 29-yard line. Brewer again with a special teams tackle.
I think we'll see a block in the back.
Yeah, this thing's coming back on this Somerset Boat Lift kickoff. We should have a winding clock now at 3:42. New Spring Wellness Center time check.
I don't read. Particular white hat we had, I think it was the final game at home last year for the Lakers, and the Lakers were pretty much teeing off on the opposing team's quarterback, and I think every time that the quarterback got, they put somebody on the outside. It might have been Jefferson last year, and he was tackling the quarterback and just basically coming in on him almost blind every time. And that particular white hat threw a flag. Jefferson got a penalty every time, I believe.
They need to wind this clock here, and I don't know why they haven't started it. 3:42. Wind the clock, guys.
Start that clock.
Griesmeyer takes the snap, rolls out to his left, wants to tuck it, fake the pitch, and he's forced out of bounds.
Yeah.
3.5 to go here in this third quarter, and that will get that turbo clock moving.
Got the tackle a little bit out of bounds there.
Norton helped to force him out there.
Norton's had a really big game.
He's played well.
Both sides of the ball. He's made some big plays defensively, of course, but all those times that Bear Short has had an opportunity to sit back there and survey the field before he throws a football, a lot has to do with Big Gabe Norton holding up his man.
A nominee for our Golden Pork Chop, brought to you by the Butcher Shop tonight, is Gabe Norton. This is second down and long for the Hornet offense as Griesmeyer takes the snap, looks right, feels some pressure from the blind side, and he's sacked from behind. This time he's brought down by Cole Lane, who's just into the ball game, and he picks up the sack.
Little fresh legs on the defensive line pays off there for the Lakers.
That is a Lake Ozark Water and Sewer Play of the Game nominee there from one Cole Lane.
First time you call his name on the night, he makes a big impact there.
Got to celebrate a little there with Balderas after the sack.
Doing the Lex Luger, I might add.
Does he have a plate in his arm too? That's a deep, deep Lex Luger cut right there, yes, KB. Back in the old Lex Express days. Here's Griesmeyer flushed out to his left, and he's going to lob one down the sideline, incomplete. As this Hillcrest offense has started to spring a couple leaks here, Cochran was the intended target. As we are inside the Mid-City Lumber 2-minute warning. KB, go ahead.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, I thought we were going to get a hacksaw there. Thank you. Locations in Osage Beach, Columbia, Boonville, Jeff City, and Sedalia. Mid-City Lumber with that 2-minute warning as we're now inside 90 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Lakers up 49-14, but it was a hard-earned 49 points tonight, folks. This thing was very much up in the air at halftime, but the Lakers have turned it on with 21 points here in the third quarter. And here's a line drive punt fielded at the 46-yard line, brought inside the 30-yard line.
We have a flag out here. Looks like we're going to get a little unsportsmanlike maybe.
Yeah. Jefferson's in a bit of a kerfluffle over there. We'll see what the ultimate.
Let's listen in. He's going to get it directly from the coach here.
I know.
Top deck penalty flag.
Gets the Hornets.
Back them up with a minute one. Are they going to let him kick it again?
Lakers aren't even on the field at the moment, so.
Hey, you're going back in after this.
In the middle of a makeshift Slumberland furniture timeout here. I'm not sure, are the Lakers going to let them punt it again? I think the offense is coming out on the field.
They're just going to tack that on the end of the return, correct?
Yeah.
Certainly looks that way.
So top deck penalty flag in favor of the Lakers here. Ball all the way down, just shy of the 14-yard line.
For the folks at home, there's a Durnan on the field. Can anybody guess who it is?
Oh, Cade. Cade Durnan on the field, recently committed to Wichita State baseball this week. He takes the snap, hands it off to Brewer as he is cut down at the 15-yard line inside the Pacific Pools red zone. We're under a minute to go here in this third quarter.
So we're pretty much second-team offense out there right now.
They are out there now, yep.
And we've seen these guys do rather well this year.
This is a great experience for this crew, though. This is the type of thing that not only pays dividends this year, but could down the road.
Durnan wants to loft one up corner of the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. Ethan Evans brings it in at 30.9 left in the third quarter as the Lakers extend their lead. It is 55-14.
Durnan recognizes a wide open Ethan Evans in the corner of the end zone and just hits him right on the money, and the Lakers extend their lead. Gets up to my lucky number 55.
The double nickel. We're also getting frighteningly close to the projected final score for Mike Anthony tonight.
It took the long road to get there, but
Durnan on for the PAT. Snap good, hold good, kick is away from Cam, and the kick is good. Your Smith Law Firm score, Camdenton 56. Hillcrest 14. It's Laker football powered by Polylive Boat Lifts. 93.5 Rocks the Lake and KRMS TV.
Drift away with the Driftwood Spa and Salon at Margaritaville. Start with some basic facial skin treatments to a variety of body massage treatments, or choose from 8 different spa packages to discover the perfect combination of services to relax, rejuvenate, and refresh your mind, body, and spirit. Call for an appointment, 573-348-3535.
Hi, this is Shelley from the Driftwood Spa and Salon at Margaritaville. We are located in the Driftwood building next to the indoor pool, and our new salon is directly across the street. Come drift away with us.
Or call 317-0464.
We bleed purple. Do you? It's Laker football on 93.5 Rocks.
A Purcell Tire Laker drive that ends on a Cade Evans touchdown. Lakers lead it 56-14 with just over 30 seconds left to play here, Luke, in this third quarter.
Yeah, and how did this happen? How all of a sudden did they widen that lead out,
This quarter started very much up in the air, and it is no longer in doubt. On the Somerset boat lift kickoff, the Lakers special team swarming over the ball carrier to bring him down, and a big hit there at the end by Willard DeMott. It's 1st and 10, Hillcrest. And this clock will wind us down to the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter coming up. Sammy will have a scoreboard update for us shortly. It's Laker football powered by Polylive Boat Lifts on 93.5 Rocks the Lake and KRMS TV.
WP Controls manufactures the most user-friendly and convenient boat lift controllers on the market right here at the Lake of the Ozarks. Great for weekenders and full-time residents. They're designed to view and control your lift from any device, from anywhere. Imagine operating your lift on your way home from a day on the lake, so it's ready when you get there. Features include built-in camera, easy-to-use touchscreen, internet and Bluetooth-enabled remote control app, programmable receptacles for dock accessories, and instant text notification of any lift movement. Visit WPControlsLLC.com.
235577.
It's Laker football on 93.5 Rocks.
All right, let's get to Sammy Stubb, Insider BG Tree Service Score Center. A lot of scores to get to and some wild games, some big games tonight. Sammy, take it away.
Yes, Brendan, number 3, Lebanon up 38-35 over West Plains late fourth quarter, and number 1 Carthage beats Webb City by the score of 28-14, and Osage is 40-13 winners over Boonfield tonight. They win their 4 in a row from the BG Tree Service Score Center. I'm Sammy Stava, guys. Back back to you.
Sammy, thank you very much. Wild one there. We knew Lebanon and West Plains. I don't know. Did we know that was going to be? We know it's a crucial game. I kind of thought Lebanon might have their way tonight, and it has been a barn burner. And congratulations to the Osage Indians. You might have tuned in over there on Classic Country 104.9. Indians have won 4 in a row.
I got the head coach standing here. What's the Lebanon West Plains score again, please?
It is 38-35 Lebanon on top.
38-35 Lebanon.
38-35 Lebanon's on top. Yep.
How much time's left? 6 minutes left.
6 minutes left, KB. Jeff sounds appreciative down there, KB. KB's updates, of course, brought to you by Lensmart Optical and HMI Fireplace Shop. As Hillcrest picks up the first down, we are in turbo clock mode. Here in the fourth quarter, 56-14, Lakers lead it.
Can we do the rest of the fourth quarter? Wrestling references only.
All right, well, I'll let you pick up the baton there, KB, here in a moment. As Griesmeyer fakes the run, rolls out to his left, feels some pressure, eludes the pressure again, might have been a block in the back, and he wants to scamper down the sideline to pick up a few yards, and the Laker defense all over him with a couple of quarterback pressures.
We're starting to see some more substitutions here in the defensive backfield as well. Pretty much your second team out there, but we start seeing some clean jerseys going forward here, I'd assume.
Second down and 8. Love hearing that Laker chatter over there, KB. Those, you can tell the kids are fired up and starting to look ahead to next week. On 2nd and 8. Griesmeyer wants to hand it off. Up the middle, and a nice open field tackle there. Motoring over to make the stop was Landon Moore. 3rd down, and Hillcrest doesn't look all that motivated to try and stretch the field here, Luke.
Yeah,
couple runs.
So many Lakers in on that one. It looked like a Royal Rumble.
Nice. Way to go, Luke. I knew I could count on you.
3rd down and 6. Ball just shy of the 34-yard line.
That front 5 looks exhausted for the Hillcrest Hornets.
Squeeze, come on, squeeze!
Play action. Quarterback Griesmeyer wants to run. Down the numbers, out of bounds. Looks like he just passed the line to gain.
Peter,
David
Peter. Hey, back up, boys, back up. Right
Gain of 7. It looks like a Hillcrest first down, and that clock continues to run. 9:35, New Spring Wellness Center time check. Lakers up 56-14 here in Springfield.
If you head to WW.
Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart?
You say Jimmy Hart?
The mouth of. He does a little animated. Things aren't going well.
But I've never seen Jeff with a megaphone.
Just takes a.
Sauntering to the line, no hurry here. 10 seconds on the play clock. Griesmeyer the snap. Fires on the slant and through the wickets of his intended target that time. Jay again had an opportunity to bring it in, incomplete. Under 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
The thing about WWE managers is most of them are heels,
yeah.
But Jeff's got to be a babyface, right?
Well, for the most part, I could see. What would be a good heel turn. That would be awesome to see.
Who would be on the back of his airbrushed as he fires over the middle, and the ball comes out at the end? Are they going to call catch and fumble, and they're going to call incomplete pass is the call? As the Lakers secondary, Mitchell back there.
It would be a great heel turn would be Bearshore.
Outside, stay home!
I think that would be a great heel turn. The babyface turn heel.
He just turns and clotheslines Reese or something.
Yeah, he over to Durnan or something,
3rd down and 10 here for this Hillcrest offense. 7:45 to go. New Spring Wellness Center time check. Low snap. Griesmeyer rolls to his left, and wouldn't you know it, another flag flies in, another top deck penalty flag. And this is absolutely a hold against the Hillcrest offense to back them up 10.
You guys are this front five. These just
right, and it shouldn't go to diminish how hard.
Yeah, the effort they put on the first
The
half.
final score will 100% not be indicative of the game that. You know what, guys? I think this was really good for the Lakers.
Yeah, wake up call for the Lakers. I still think I'm just curious as how the coaching staff approached it schematic wise. It didn't look like they're things more. They have a game plan against this Hornets team, but all these are good things. If you get this one kind of out of your system, you don't want to have a first half like this against Lebanon next week for sure.
Operating from the left hash, Griesmeyer, a little pump fake, wants to throw deep down the right sideline, and it's complete. To the 20, 10, 5, short of the goal line. As the receiver dove for the pylon, he's going to be out at about the 2. 56-14 the score, which means a touchdown here would not.
Yeah, turbo clock
would not cease the turbo
here,
clock.
But regardless if you're the second team out there going up against the Hillcrest Hornets first team, you still want to hold them out here just to some.
Nice catch by Cooper Hewitt to set up first and goal here for the Hornets inside the Pacific Pools.
More tighter formation we've seen as they get that and then point conversion.
As Griesmeyer takes the snap from under center. Off left guard, he is stacked up shy of the goal line. He did not have a lot of forward momentum carrying him there, right?
Sideways.
It's like a lackadaisical technique.
Again, I think a guy that probably doesn't feel overly comfortable running the ball, guys. Again, we don't have the measurements on our kid. It doesn't look like somebody that's built for the punishment right up the gut, going up against the defensive line, even if it is a lot of backups in there. It's second down and goal. Ball at the 1. Nice job by the Laker defense there a second ago. Griesmeyer this time. Fakes the toss, rolls right, fires incomplete. He's run that play multiple times tonight, and the Lakers were ready for it to break it up, and I thought I saw Willard DeMott there to bat the ball down. I'll get some confirmation on the replay in just a moment.
Yeah, just a little pitch fake there, and then rolls out and gets himself in space, and has a choice of receivers there. Just unable to secure the ball, brings up third down.
It was DeMott
ticking down with 4 minutes, 29 seconds left in the half.
Willard DeMott does break up that play as Hillcrest comes out of the pistol. New Spring Wellness Center time check, under 4:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Lakers up by a score of 56-14. Griesmeyer flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his left, trying to find the pylon. He finds it for a touchdown at the 4:06 mark in the fourth quarter. The Hornets tack on another score, 56-20. With just over 4 to play in the ball game.
That score will stop the clock, not just until the ensuing kickoff here, but Lakers will get the ball back with about 4 minutes to play in this ball game. You got to assume they're just going to try to run that thing out, but of course you never know. When Jeff gets his second teamers out there an opportunity, sometimes he likes to maybe give a kid a chance to make a play that he wouldn't normally get to make on a Friday night.
And they're going to go for the 2-point conversion here. Out of the pistol. Griesmeyer, the snap's going to throw to the corner, and it's complete. 2-point conversion is good. 56-22, your Smith Law Firm score. We'll step aside. It's Camdenton Laker football, powered by Poly Live Boat Lifts. 93.5 rocks the lake and KRMS TV.
Attention parents, State Fair Community Community College is your source for dual credit courses. Taking dual credit courses means your high school student can earn college credit at a significant discount. In fact, dual credit courses at State Fair Community College are free for students who qualify for free or reduced lunches. Get a jump on college, save big in tuition. Enroll your student in dual credit courses at State Fair Community College. Visit www.sfccmo.edu/dual credit or call 660-530-5833.
573-552-1138.
Hey, I've been screaming return for like 5 minutes.
We bleed purple. Do you? It's Laker football on 93.5 Rocks.
Let's get another quick update in the BG Tree Service Score Center following that Lebanon West Plains game. Sammy Stava standing by. Sammy.
Yes, Brendan, Lebanon has a 45-35 lead with 3 minutes to go over West Plains, but West Plains is driving right now, trying to close it back in from the BG Tree Service Score Center. I'm Sammy Stava.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks, Sammy.
Chris McElroy giving me some updates on Twitter as well on that game. I know he's kind of double screening it tonight, watching the Lakers as well as watching that other key Ozark Conference matchup.
So that is a 10-point lead, and Sammy's got his eyes on that here as well, as this kick will again go out of bounds, bring us another top deck penalty.
Yeah,
the 40-yard line.
The kicker there on that play, he's trying to place that ball, so he kind of stutter steps as he's on his way up to the kick, and that then allowed one of his coverage men to cross the line before he actually kicked it. So
another top deck penalty, and let's see if they can start winding that clock here.
Well, the math has suddenly changed, right?
No, I don't believe. 56-22. Or has it?
At 35 of that.
Yeah, it sure has.
We're 1 point
It's
off.
34. Yep, sorry, guys. Thanks for that 2-point conversion. So we continue here. Lakers up by 34, 56-22. That's your Smith Law Firm score. And another Somerset boat lift kickoff on the way here. Line drive kick. And Reese Waters will field it at his own 14. Reese right up the gut to the 40. Reese with a stiff arm to the 45. Reese to midfield as he shimmied another defender and brought down at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Lakers. KB's updates brought to you by Lensmart Optical and HMI Fireplace Shop. KB, no more turbo clock, but the Lakers up comfortably right now.
Nice return there by Reese Waters, and I tell you what, he did a heck of a job knifing his way through. Kind of got that ball on a little bit of a different kind of an angle, but at the same time, did a great job. And now we're going to see the second teamers coming in, obviously on offense here. But I think when we get to the very end, we get a chance to talk to offensive coordinator Park Pitts as well as head coach Jeff Shore. We're going to ask these guys if they weren't a little surprised by what they saw early on.
Look forward to hearing from both Parr and from Jeff as Cade hooks up with Mitchell Seeks on a wide-reaching catch there to bring it in for maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, taken down with a little belly-to-back suplex there.
Nice.
Second down and 9 for this Laker offense. A Purcell Tire Laker drive. Operating from the left hash, moving left to right. Durnan sets up the screen and connects. 45-40, 35, 30. And the pile continues to move on the catch by Bentley Page. Laker offense now inside the 30. 3:12 to go. Clock stops as they move the chains. Lakers up comfortably here, 56-22, late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Page keeping the clock moving there by staying in bounds, making a catch. Senior understanding the game situation.
Cade Durnan takes the snap.
Run it.
And he's going to throw deep down the sideline, and it is complete for a touchdown. And that's another Durnan to Durnan combination.
And he just let that thing fly. He uncorked it. Like
he sure did.
I didn't even think he was going to throw it. Next thing is a little flick of the wrist. The ball's down there, and it was like nothing. I think it took us all by surprise.
I almost thought he passed the line of scrimmage.
He let that thing rip. I guess when you're a D1 recruited pitcher, got that ability, let that thing fly.
Made it official this week. Wichita State lucky to have Cade Durnan. Cam for the PAT. Snap good, hold good. And the kick is good. The Smith Law Firm score. Camdenton 63. Hillcrest 22. It's Camdenton Laker football powered by Polylift Boat Lifts. 93.5 rocks the lake. KRMS TV.
Hello, Laker fans. Welcome back.
When you're ready for a remodel, DKB Showroom is the place to start. You'll be amazed at the size and quality of selections we have to start your project. And with decades of design and plumbing expertise, no job is too big or too small for DKB. Call and schedule your appointment today. At DKB Showroom, we do kitchens and baths better. See our beautiful showroom in Osage Beach or visit dkbshowroom.com.
Plays on siding. Now they were driving here a minute ago.
63-22. Lakers lead it. Sammy Stavin, our BG Tree Service Score Center.
We're getting an update here. The head coach asking me again.
42, Lebanon on top.
45-42, Lebanon on top.
What are they doing?
Did they onside it?
They are onsiding. They are
onsiding.
The turbo clock should be picking back up here with 63-22 the score.
West Plains had a chance. So is Lebanon going to escape?
Looks like Lebanon's going to come away with a win tonight, meaning we've got 2 undefeated teams, 2 top 5 teams at the JOD next Friday night.
Place is going to be rocking.
Why aren't they winding the clock?
I don't think you'd want it any other way if you're Laker fans.
A change of possession, they said no.
We've seen a few quiet side, quick shot, change of possessions here for the Lakers in the second half.
Yeah, he's winding it. He's winding it.
There we go.
But he wound it, but there it is.
There it goes. 1st and 10 for the Hornets inside their own 10, and they will run up right up the gut. And Camdenton Laker D lineman, that was Tyler Bletcher there with the stop to help bring the ball carrier down out to the 13-yard line. As we near our final Mid-City Lumber 2-minute warning of the night.
Oh,
there he is.
Tough guy.
It was a battle here tonight, and you heard Bob also talk about it at halftime, Luke. Just the atmosphere here, it's not quite the same as what we see at Bob Shore Stadium. And maybe it takes a little bit, but these guys, again, on a night where maybe they didn't bring their A game, the Lakers still scored 63 points. As Griesmeyer on the run connects with his target out across the 20-yard line, advancing it to the 30. Tackle made by the Laker linebacker Brady Mills. It's 1st and 10 for the Hornets. 90 seconds to play, and Hillcrest might have 2 or 3 plays left.
I just don't want to see anybody in a pink jumper next week.
Ball at the 30-yard line.
Got to hand it to Hillcrest here, although the environment isn't quite the pomp and circumstances that you may get at a Camdenton game. You got a lot of kids that participate in all their activities and things like that. They have a decent student section out here, all kind of participating in the theme.
As Griesmeyer steps up in the pocket, directing traffic downfield, feels some pressure from behind. He's going to be forced out of bounds at the 34-yard line. A couple Lakers got in there. First of all, we saw Hayden Vogler. We also saw Caden Bowen force him out as we're under a minute to go. Ball at the 34-yard line of the Hornets. Lakers up 63-22 in this Week 7 matchup in the Ozark Conference. Setting up next week's Battle of Goliaths at Bob Shore Stadium. Griesmeyer rolling out to his right, looking downfield, throws down the right sideline, and it's incomplete. And that's going to just about do it.
Yeah, just kind of getting rid of it there. Lakers going to take home a win here tonight.
Wasn't easy at times. Camdenton Lakers are 7-0. They beat the Hillcrest Hornets 63-22 and set up next week undefeated versus, we think, undefeated in the Lebanon Yellow Jackets and Camdenton Lakers. The post-game show is coming up in mere moments. The Ellerman Roofing post-game show, a division of Kimes Corp. After this, Lakers win it 63-22. It's Laker football powered by Poly and the Boat Lifts on 93.5 Rocks the Lake and KRMS TV.
Somerset Boat Lifts makes it easy.
Boating season is upon us, and Somerset Boat Lifts wants to make sure you're ready. They offer a full range of Duratec boat lifts, the most durable and technologically advanced boat lifts on the market, all expertly installed and serviced by the team at Somerset. Check out their range of products at somersetboatlifts.com or call 573-348-5073. Let Somerset Boat Lifts help you make boating better.
SomersetBoatLifts.com.
Property damages, lost lives, horrible losses caused by floods can be minimized or prevented. DRIPS LLC believes the best way to prevent human suffering is through a fast and simple, stress-free barrier system. One 5-connected bag system replaces 750 regular sandbags and can be set up and filled in place by 2 men in less than 10 minutes. That's 200 times faster deploy than regular sandbags. Not only are our Big Bags USA barrier systems easy to lengthen and stack, but they conform to all types of terrain. Now is the time to implement a cost-saving, efficient deployment barrier plan and method. It's never too early to be prepared. Request a free quote today by calling 800-337-0537.
Where we are bringing happy home. Slumberland Furniture, where a portion of every purchase goes toward donating mattresses to children in the lake area. Take the KK exit. Go right on to Osage Beach Parkway.
Let's review tonight's action. The postgame is sponsored by Ellerman Roofing, a division of Kimes Corp. Now back to the field with Brendan, Luke, and KB.
It is the Ellerman Roofing postgame show where the Lakers are 63-22 winners tonight over the Hillcrest Hornets to run their record to 7-0. A remarkable night rushing the football by Bear Shore and a resilient Laker team, Luke. They were punched in the mouth early. They trailed early in this ball game, and Hillcrest made some plays offensively and defensively to hang around this game.
Yeah, you made a good point. I think KB's going to grab coach here, but I think you made a point. This may have been just what the doctor ordered for this Lakers squad. It's kind of a little bit of a wake-up call right before what could be the biggest game of the season.
Down to the field, KB.
Got to tell you, kind of an eye-opener to start this thing off. What do you think about these Hillcrest Hornets?
Well, you got to give them a lot of credit. You know, they came out and had a great game plan. You know, they sort of controlled the clock and they kept the ball in their hands and really put a lot of pressure on us from their offensive standpoint. I think they've transitioned to a wide-open attack, and they just did a great job, especially the first half. And we were kind of chasing them around a little bit, but we just stayed the course and got better as we went.
What do you tell the guys when you run into a situation like this in a game where you think it might just be some sort of a cakewalk? Things get a little dicey there. How do you keep a young man in his teens under control and let the coaches do their jobs and don't let the emotions get away from them?
You know, we talk about just controlling what you can control, and that's really just the next play and what you do. You can't control the other team. You can't control the scoreboard. All you can control is how you approach that next play, and that's what we talked about, through the first and second quarter, and then at halftime we did the same thing. And just doing what we do, and we knew that we could kind of get it on, and we did.
You did, and it seems like that is kind of the thing with this Laker team as a whole. You guys, you might have a bad series, you might have a situation where you get behind a little bit, but this team always finds a way to dig themselves out of a hole.
Yeah, lots of character. For our seniors do a great job leading. Our coaching staff stayed the course as we were going through. Nobody sort of hit the panic button. We just kind of stayed our course and knew if we just kept doing the right things, we were gonna get this thing going the way we wanted to, and we did for sure.
Did they seem a little lackadaisical on the way down? Did they seem a little lackadaisical out on the field? Sometimes I remember back in the day, if the coach caught you playing a little, what they say there, they kind of got mad at you. They got really mad at you. What was it like at halftime? Did you have to get on them a little bit, or did you just have to rein them in?
No, they sort of police themselves. It's a very veteran group for the most part, and so they were ready. They were all business in the locker room. We didn't have to yell and scream, and I felt like we were even focused and we were ready to play. That's why I give a lot of credit to Hillcrest and their coaching staff coming in and just staying with what they felt like they could do, controlling the clock and really kind of making us defend them, through the whole field. And then when we did, then they kind of would try to take it over the top of us. So, I think that we just probably didn't, as coaches, we probably didn't take a little responsibility. We didn't have the whole thing ironed out as we came through because we just didn't expect them to come out and execute as well as they did. But man, they did.
Hillcrest did try to play a little Laker football there to start things off. That kind of has to open your eyes because you guys have had a lot of success with the offense, the defense as well, and so other teams are kind of picking up on that a little bit. How does that make you feel, especially with where you're headed?
Well, they say imitation is the greatest form of flattery, and so, but they did. They took it, and we know firsthand that offense can really put people in a bind. It kind of gets some different players on the field because you don't need that size up front. You got to have speed to be able to put the pressure on them, and then get into covering the whole field, not just the box and the play action pass. And so I felt like that they've improved probably as much as any team in our conference from the beginning until now. And so they're going to do things as they go along.
What did you as far as saw tonight? What were some things that really made you happy, especially with what's coming up next week?
I thought our running game was really good, and we had a bunch of guys carry the football. We did a really good job on our jet sweep. Our quarterback ran well. Cam came in at quarterback and really ran the ball well. I think that we did our screen game was good tonight. We ran our tunnel probably the best we have all year. So those are the things. And then we pressed the ball vertically and made a couple plays in the second half, which was good. And that's always part of our attack is trying to stretch that thing vertically.
What happened?
And of course, then you get a situation like what's coming up. West playing the onside kick. Lebanon got the ball back, and I guess I haven't heard a final, but I guess that one's probably over. So you know what you're up against this week. How do you go into that game? Do you do a different style of coaching? Is it something you're going to be looking at a little bit differently? Obviously, considering who you're playing, but is it still the true Laker football that you guys have been playing all year?
For sure. It's a different style that we're going to be going against from their offensive standpoint. Tonight they were spread, no back a lot. They're going to have three backs in the backfield as we go against Lebanon next week, and they're a great running team, and they do have a passing game that can put you in a bind if you really overload the run. So we're going to have to be balanced. We need to be able to trust each other on defense. That's really the number one thing when you're playing an option team is trusting the other guys to do their job, and because if I go and do their job, then I'm not going to do mine, and we're going to be in trouble. So really trusting each other and doing what we're supposed to do, because they run a really good option. They've got a good power game with their fullback, and even their quarterback. The quarterback's a really good runner this year, and so we're going to have to be able to stop the run. I know that in the past couple of weeks they haven't thrown it hardly at all, and so we know we got to be able to put them in a situation where they can be third and greater than 5. That's a tougher thing in the option game. So that's what we want to try to get to, and we know it's going to be a battle. It's going to be great at our place. Our kids are so excited. Our coaches are as well.
We want that Highway 5 trophy back. There's no doubt about that. Offensive coordinator Parr Pitts, sir, as always, appreciate your time. Thank you. Congratulations on this one, but you got your work cut out for you next week.
For sure. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. And I think we're going to try to get over here and see if we
I'll let you
head coach.
Yep, we'll let you get to Jeff, and Luke's going to get to some stats here. Our Econo Lift Boat Lift stats as we prepare to hear from the head coach, Jeff Shore. Luke, what are we looking at tonight on what turned out to be a very good game for the Lakers and Bear Shore on the ground?
Yeah, Bear Shore got it done. That's a story right there. He ran the ball 15 times for 159 yards, 4 touchdowns, along a 20, averaged 10.5 yards per rush. I think we noticed early in the game, whenever they needed a big play, they could just go to that quarterback's draw and he'd have it. Reese Waters had 3 carries for 61 yards. Blake Ford had 5 for 49. Cam Durnan had 3 for 37. Through the air, Bear was able to complete 8 passes on 18 attempts for only 80 yards and a touchdown. Those kind of numbers you're not used to seeing out of the Lakers. We did have that one pick. The receivers for the Lakers, Reese Waters had 4 for 36. Hayes Hewlett had 2 for 29. Blake Ford had 2 for 26. And Kyle Edson had 2 for 17. Anything cool in there? Sacks, let's see here. Caden Jefferson, Gabe Norton, and Cole Lane all had sacks, registering for tackles for a loss.
Those are your Econo Lift, Boat Lift stats down on the field again. Yeah. KB with the head coach, Jeff Shore.
There he is, man. Finally an opportunity to talk to you a little bit. Things got off to kind of a rough start for you guys, a little bit of an eye-opener, and I guess maybe it just kind of gives you that look that when you're playing a team who's 0-6 with nothing to lose and everything to gain, you got to come in with your A game regardless.
Yeah, I had a little inkling that was going to be the kind of the start tonight, and just for the fact that we really spent a ton of time practicing on the flex bone the last couple of weeks. We played Bolliver, who runs the flex bone, and then spent a lot of time this week practicing on it too. And saw Hillcrest is running that kind of our offense basically, and that offense puts you in some binds. So I thought and give them their credit. They did a good job and came out and played well and did some things to us that we like to do to other people or try to, and threw the kitchen sink at us, like you said, and they got the hitch and pitch off and all those kind of things. But they did a good job on that. I thought it might take us a couple series to get settled in, but overall we did get settled in, and I thought offensively we could keep scoring. We made a couple uncharacteristic plays for us this year. Had some penalties that haven't plagued us, at all this year, and they did tonight, and a couple turnovers and some different things. So overall, really felt good about the game, obviously, but I had a little inkling it was going to start out a little bit like that. I was proud that we got adjusted to it and got going.
Penalties, man, yeah, that was a killer for you guys tonight. And a couple of times it seems like maybe the refs, I don't know, you can yes or no or maybe or whatever, but obviously that's something you're going to work on cleaning up this week.
Yeah, 100%. That's a great point. And they were our fault. I mean, we maybe a couple that were, but overall we did some things. So we're probably deserving of a couple, and we got to get that cleaned up, just like you said. That has not been a problem for us. So we really tried to address that at halftime. We don't want that costing us some ball games. So I don't plan on that continuing to be a problem, because like I said, because it's the first time it's reared its ugly head. So we need to get that nipped in the bud and make sure that we're doing the right things and not getting useless penalties.
Your quarterback, what a threat that this young man has turned into. And I have to say, watching him run as a head coach, anytime you see the quarterback run, it always makes you a little nervous. But this young man seems to, I don't want to say he's got it down to a science, but he's got it down to a science, Jeff.
Well, I hope it keeps on. I appreciate that. He's playing non-injured for the first time, and this whole year has been non-injured, so that's helped too. He's kind of like a tackle out there running the football.
Yes, he is.
I didn't really want to have to do that tonight, and then being able to combo Cam in there, really helps too, because it gives us kind of two threats, or it gives us kind of a thunder and lightning threat. And but I'd like to use Cam a little more, but he was gassed after running. The first time I've ever seen the kid tired in my life. I've known him a long time. I've never seen him tired. Right. And he ran that touchdown back, got called back, and then another couple deep balls. And so I'd also like to use him a little more. But what I did like is being able to throw him in there, and obviously he can throw the football. You know what I mean? So get him greased up throwing the football too. Get Cam greased up there. So that way they can't just say, oh, when he's in, we'll run the ball, because he can obviously throw the football. So that kind of gives us that little dual threat there that kind of shares the load on that. So I was proud of Bear tonight. He we
over 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, we that's what they were giving us, and we took it, and so it worked out pretty good.
The versatility of your offense, the versatility of your defense, the resiliency, the ability to come back, the ability to know that they've made mistakes but not to let those mistakes haunt them throughout the rest of the game. And I was talking to Par Pitts about this as well. You don't want the emotion to get in and take over, because you've got so much more that you need to think about and keep a clear head.
Yeah, and I think for the most part we've done that really good this year. I think even if we make a bad play or something, we've done a pretty good job of putting it behind us and going on to, as we say, the next paintball. But tonight I thought early we maybe didn't do that as well as I'd like to have, and I thought we kind of adjusted though and settled in and got that going. It was good for us tonight. We needed a little, be pressed just a little bit, Yeah, a little wake up. So that was good. And like I said, it was not unsuspected from our practice this week and everything else from what we'd focused on. So, all that being said, we got it done and got a huge one coming next week.
The stage is set, obviously, for next week. How do you keep the guys under control to make sure that you don't let them, the whole mindset, the emotion, the mental aspect of this game is huge. The guys have to stay focused. They have to stay on top of it. And your job this week is not only going to make sure that they're playing and firing on all cylinders, but to keep them in check and make sure they don't let this thing run away with it.
That's actually a great question and a great point, and something we've started to address even last week. And I kind of related to, like, if you ever cooked on charcoal, getting that charcoal at a nice fine temperature, and that steak on there, and where you want to win it really bad, but you're not holding on so tight that you're afraid to play. So I think you got to get yourself in that mindset, and it's it starts weeks earlier than this. We've worked on it all year, so. I just want them coming in and enjoying the moment. Number one, it's going to be a really nice privilege to get to play in a ball game like that coming up. And number two is, not hold on so tight that they're scared to play, but yet hold on so tight they're going to fight it like crazy. So there's kind of that fine line, just like you said. I mean, it's a really great question, and it's a really great point we've tried to stress, over the past couple of weeks. So that'll be our goal, to come in there, rip roaring, go miles an hour, playing like wild men, at the same time not holding on too tight and being able to cut loose and play.
On a personal note, I just want to it's great to be right here with you this evening, to have the opportunity to talk to you after the game, and it means the world to me. I know it means the world to Luke and to Brendan as well. So thank you so much, my friend. You're an awesome guy, and that's really what we wanted to do, is have a chance to talk to the head coach a few times before he hangs it up.
Yeah, you three are the best, man. By the way, I really like your haircut. You're looking good, buddy.
Thanks, man.
All right, man.
I paid extra just to look good for you tonight. Thank you, Jeff. Head coach Jeff Shore. Well, and Gordon and I get our hair cut at the same place, so tell him that too. Mine looks better. All right, gentlemen. I think I'm about the only person on the field, and if
you and Jeff,
he's running off the field, but we got the camera crew up there, and we don't want to get the lights turned off on us like we did a couple of weeks ago. So I'll simply wrap it up by saying everybody knows what's on the line for next week. No two ways about it. Lebanon, Camdenton, a couple of runaway trains. Let's see who has the most steam to power their locomotive. We know what the Lebanon Yellow Jackets are capable of, but I got to tell you, we've seen this Camdenton Laker team do some pretty amazing things with some pretty amazing young men, some great senior leadership, some guys stepping up when they have to, and let's see if they can put it all together next week on all three phases: offense, defense, special teams. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a ticket to the JOD Bob Shore Stadium next week, and I hope that Laker fans will fill the place. I know the folks are going to be coming up from Laclede County to see us. So let's get that Highway 5 trophy back where it belongs. To all of you listening, wherever you're at, here in Springfield, back at the lake, somewhere throughout the state, around the country, around the world, thanks to Lensmart Optical, thanks to HMI Fireplace Shop. Now let's go Lakers.
Thank you, KB. Awesome job down there in the field. This is the Ellerman Roofing post-game show. Ellerman Roofing, a division of Kimes Corp. You deal with the owner personally, and he oversees your commercial or residential project. Call 573-348-3553. Sammy Stava, standing by. Let's go to the BG Tree Service Score Center. The finals from a very busy night, including that huge one with Lebanon and West Plains. Sammy, take it away.
Yes, thank you, Brendan. You may have heard by now, but Lebanon is 45-42 winners over West Plains. Number 3, Lebanon, 45-42 winners over West Plains, setting up the big one. 7-0 Camdenton versus 7-0 Lebanon next Friday night. And number 1 Carthage beats number 4 Webb City by the score of 28-14. That's important because with Webb City losing, I think Camdenton can move up in the Class 5 rankings.
That's a good point too. Yeah, definitely.
Locally, Osage winners 40-13 over Boonville. Osage has won 4 in a row, and Kickapoo beats Rolla 27-0 on the road. From the BG Tree Service Score Center, I'm Sammy Stava. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Sammy. Some big ones tonight all throughout the area. This one a little closer than we thought it might be early on. Lakers go on to win 63-22 here in the Ellerman Roofing postgame show. Luke, let's hand out some hardware. Our butcher shop, Golden Pork Chop for tonight.
Yeah, just like always, a lot of different candidates out there. Bear won it last week. Just a lot of good performances out there. But I think for his contribution, for Bear Shore to run for 4 touchdowns, that offensive line had to open up some holes. And with his big sack on the defensive side of the football, Gabe Norton is going to win the Pork Chop Award tonight. And I got to say, back to that interview between KB and Jeff, I think Jeff didn't say it, but I think he may have been referencing a 38 Special song. Just hold on loosely, but don't let go. If you cling too tightly, you're going to lose control.
Love it. Love it. There you go. Ellerman Roofing postgame show. Lakers are winners tonight. And as we close out the broadcast, your Stover Carpet and Drapery highlights of a fun one here from Springfield. Thanks to Mike Anthony back in Osage Beach. Thanks to my partner Luke Hagedorn, KB on the sideline, Sammy Stava in our BG Tree Service Score Center. And thank you to Camdenton students, both Joseph and Nikki, for our tremendous camera work all throughout the night. I hope you folks enjoyed it wherever you happen to watch tonight. I'm Brendan Matthews saying so long for now. Here come your Stover Carpet and Drapery Laker highlights. We say good night from Springfield. 93.5 Rocks the Lake. And